will have the Giants' new running back, the number 2 pick in the draft, Saquon Barkley, at 4 o'clock. But first, let me finish up with these calls here. Sonny and Malvern, what's up, Sonny?
Hey, Mike, the thing that's mind-boggling to me is that these owners who are billionaires and very smart people, obviously, they know it's affecting the ratings. They know it's affecting their pockets, obviously. They know that the protesters, for the most part, it's not the majority, it's the minority. And the minority of these players, they're not the stars. They're not the Eli Manning, the Tom Brady's, the Aaron Rodgers. So if they would have came down hard on these guys who cannot lose a game check because they're not making the money that the stars are making, this would have been over with last year, and we wouldn't have to be talking about it now.
Just be firm. If they had it written in the manual, all they had to do was be firm and say, we're not tolerating this. Case closed. They weren't going to push at these players. They're not going to push it. They're not going to lose game checks over this. They're not going to do it. It ended right there. The league just doesn't do things smart anymore, and it doesn't have a lot of guts. Wilson in Roxbury, what's up, Wilson?
Hey, Mikey, welcome back.
Good, what's happening?
Hey, listen, one thing on Eli, one thing on the anthem. On Eli, I think Eli's going to have a big year. You know, we got rid of probably the worst head coach in the NFL history, and I think it's going to be refreshed. And I hope that all those people that wanted to run him out of town will call you and say, you know what, we were wrong, because I think Eli is going to bring us back to the playoffs this year. I really do. I think last year everything got to him, and that wasn't the Eli.
Oh, listen,
I
think they had a terrible offensive line. They obviously played without a lot of talent last year. They have a chance to be very good. He's got to stay healthy. I think the offensive line is going to be vastly improved. Exceptionally improved with moves they made in free agency, and then of course the kid they brought in on the second round. He's going to be a stud at guard. I think they're going to be really a different team. I really think they're going to be a very different team on that offensive line, and they have 3 players who can all make teams really scratch their head, and that's a lot. Most teams have 1 guy, if they're lucky, that can cause mismatches. They have 3. That is a difference maker to have 3. Edwin in Manhattan. What's up, Edwin? Edwin going once. Ryan in Keyport. Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, Mike, welcome back.
Thank you. What's happening? Again. Thank you.
Hey, about the anthem success, I mean, I want to say one thing. I think the rating, you know, the NFL had 18 of the top 25 shows last year and 37 of the top 50. I think the ratings thing's a little overblown, and I'm not defending them because I think they poured kerosene on the fire today, but I think that narrative isn't really true. You took the top-rated NBA game last year, which was Game 5 of the NBA Finals, which was the highest NBA-rated game since 1980. It would have been the highest-rated NFL game.
Ryan, you listen, no one ever said that their lead over the other sports wasn't enormous. It was enormous, but their business for the first time declined. It has declined. It had not done that. It had gone straight up. So when a business goes straight up and all people see is it goes straight up and all of a sudden it starts going down, they're not used to it and they don't know what to do with it. No one's saying they don't have a vast lead. Anything you're going to say, an average NFL game, an average one does a World Series number. An average one. Think about that. Any run-of-the-mill NFL game does a World Series number. A good NFL game, a good big rating, does a minimum of a double a World Series number. So these other sports don't ever approach even the worst of NFL numbers. No one's saying that. The NFL is in a different position. If you could take one content, just one content group and say, I can have this, the first thing anybody would choose in television is the National Football League. Nobody would choose anything else. If they did, they don't know anything about the business. They would choose the National Football League. They would be first. So no one's saying they don't have that position, but we have seen erosion in their business for the first time. Nick in Tom's River. What's up, Nick?
Hey, Mike. Thanks for taking the call.
Yeah.
You know, I used to be an athlete, and I'm kind of an old man now. And I would never kneel for the national anthem. But if I had a teammate who's kneeling to protest something that I really, as a white Catholic guy from New Jersey, would never be able to understand, where a police officer killed my son with zero reason. I mean, I can't argue with it. And the other problem I have with it is that's why America is great, because owners, it's their business. They can do what they want. If this is what they want to do, they can do it. The same way the First Amendment says that these guys can protest. And, and the thing that really bothers me is a lot of these people who complain about this forget about the fact that they complain about this freedom of speech. However, it's okay to own AK-47s and shoot up our schools because the Second Amendment says we have a right to own guns. I mean, I don't get it.
First, you're all over the map. First of all, who's condoning anybody shooting up anything? I mean, so
no. That's not what I'm saying.
And the point is, I think you're missing the point a little bit about free speech and being an employee. So let me get this straight. I'm allowed to disrupt your business, but at the same time, I want you to make sure that I get my game check because I'm making $8.5 million this year. But I can still disrupt your business. But make sure my check doesn't bounce on Friday when it comes, okay?
And I get that. But
well, wait a second. How can you take with both hands? How do you take the check and then disrupt my business?
I'm not taking with both hands. I'm not taking with both hands.
How are you not?
What I'm saying
so wait a second. Are you trying to tell me the guys who knelt down didn't take their paychecks that week?
Well, but did the owners pay them? Did the owners have a right to pay them?
But if their business is if it's hurting their business, how do you get to take the check and hurt their business at the same time? Yeah,
but Mike, at the end of the day, those athletes, they can only control what they can control. It's up to the owners to say, you know what, you're hurting my business.
Bingo.
I'm going to release it.
Hey, that's why it's up to the owners to say you can't do that. Absolutely true. But see, I'm not letting the player cash his check and hurt my business. He wants to give his check back. I might think a little more of his protest. He's not giving his check back. He's cashing his check, and he's hurting my business. So that's why. And to me, listen, no one's saying he can't. No one's saying there aren't issues. Heck, there's a million issues. There's not just one issue. There's a lot of issues. And we can't get to all of them. And the idea, well, the NFL cherry picks. The NFL, like every other league, does the same thing. They go after they go and they support the issues that everybody supports. Hey, we fight cancer. Well, heck, cancer hits everybody in this country. So, hey, we're all going to support that. They don't look for the issues that divide. They look to embrace the issues that unite, as any organization would do. The issues that divide. They're harder for anybody to get behind because they divide. That's the difference. So the ones that are easy, like, hey, on Mother's Day, baseball's going to have the guys all in pink. Well, heck, who's against motherhood? So there are issues that are easy to unite behind, and there are issues that are difficult to unite behind. But the idea that this is a free speech issue, no one's taking away anybody's right to protest. No one's taking away anybody's right for free speech. I didn't tell a player he couldn't I wouldn't tell a player he couldn't make a comment about something he felt about politically or something he felt about civically. But that doesn't mean he has to disrupt my business. And the NFL should do a better job, the players, the owners, the league, in using their power, in using their celebrity, in using their platforms to help in each of those communities where those leagues live, where those teams live, in those cities where those teams live. Absolutely. And you can do that. But you don't have to do it during the game. All right, 4 o'clock. This is WFAN and WFAN FM in New York at 4 o'clock. We'll pass on Mink.